my goodness.
That was so weird to say. We're in a different studio,
I know.
guys.
We're back, guys.
We're back. Live
Did
and
you
living
miss
color.
us?
Did you miss us? I know you did. Come on.
I know we were gone for quite a minute, and we were like,
I
oh yeah, we'll
know.
be back very soon.
Yeah, but isn't it technically summer now? Because isn't it like
It
summer
is.
solstice or something?
Yes,
I don't know.
exactly. Welcome to
Two
season 2,
of the
episode
mystery
1
files.
of the summer tapes.
The summer tapes. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
cry. I'm
God.
so excited, guys.
This is so cool.
It's so weird. It's so different. It's new. We're high tech.
Yeah, exactly. Guys, we got our own podcasting equipment now.
Yeah.
So we can do this anywhere.
We're doing it from home. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
We're mic'd up. We are everything.
Exactly. And this new setup is so cute,
Yes,
too.
we have little posters. We have a Mr. Fred Rogers, a little Shining poster, X-Files.
Exactly. I'm seeing Scooby-Doo right here in front of me
Yes,
right now.
it's behind my head. It's very cute. I have Mickey Mouse and Lucille Ball.
Lucille Ball.
Lucille Ball.
Throwing a ball.
She's throwing a ball at Lucille's. Lucille.
So, a lot has happened since you last saw us.
Yes, we're thriving.
We've both graduated college.
We graduated.
Cheers for that.
Yes, we've done a lot.
Super exciting.
It's stunning. It's stunning.
We have our own podcast stuff now. And we're back for the summer tapes. It's so exciting that we get to do this now.
I know. It's just
It's
so different and just exciting.
Yeah. And if you guys couldn't tell, we're doing like a kind of a 4th of July theme for the summer tapes this year.
We
We're
did
doing
some,
like a whole...
Like really fun, like promoting stuff.
Yes.
Follow our TikTok. We have a fun TikTok. We're going to start posting there more.
Yes, I believe it is the Mystery Files podcast. Mystery Files podcast?
I believe that's what it is, yeah.
Our stuff is like in our bios. And if you also want to, you can check us out at the Mystery Files _ on Instagram.
Yes, that's our best place to find us. We're just having a great time, and we're just excited to, like, it's not rebrand necessarily, but just branch out on different things.
Yeah, well, like, I was going to talk about this. I was waiting for us to actually do the show to talk more about it with you, but it's just so cool because the Summer Tape Season 1 last year was the first episode we did independently without, like, our college studios or anything. And you and I are like, wait, we can really turn this into something. This is something we can do. So it's just nice coming back and doing a season 2 of it because it's like we did it. Like, we're independent now. Like, we're doing our own thing, and it's so cool.
It just proves that we can still do it apart from, like, the university. It's like,
Yeah.
this is something we can actually continue doing, and
It
it's,
just
like,
makes
fun
me really
for us.
happy.
I know.
And also, I've missed seeing your face across there, having
know.
little bits and having a good time.
It's just so exciting.
Yeah.
You get to see my lovely sunburn from the 90-degree weather the other day.
I was noticing your little pink skin.
I'm very pink. My scalp is, like, scorched.
And you wore a pink jumpsuit.
I know. I'm like, it wasn't the best idea, but here we are. We're doing great. I'm just surprised I don't have sun poisoning.
I love it. That's so funny.
I also found out I'm allergic to sunlight, so that's great.
Alert. Are you a vampire?
I don't know. Well, the thing is...
Is that the case today?
Do you know
Is this about vampires?
No, but that would have been a good segue, honestly. No,
Speaking of vampires.
do you know how I told you about that one week that I had that weird rash on my chest? That I was like, I think it was from these bug bites. But the thing is, I found out exactly what it is because it comes back in the sunlight and heat. It's sort of like this thing that's like, I'm allergic to the heat of UV rays. And I get
my
this awful
God.
rash on my chest. And it's finally healing.
So I'm guessing we can never do like an episode outside then, or you'll just like burst.
Oh, no, I can still do it. I'll just get a really bad rash on my chest. So...
Well, people watch like the video version of the podcast. You're just like slowly like
They go, oh,
redder
God.
and redder.
They go,
you look
she
like
good.
Larry the Lobster.
They go, ew,
so
what is up
funny.
with that? I'm glad it's not on my face or anything. It's actually like a common thing, but
Oh.
I don't know what's going on. But it started on my chest. It hasn't like spread, but if it spreads, I have to go to the
Spread.
hospital.
Like it's a, oh my God.
I'm not going to be hospitalized this summer. No, thank you. Also, I found a pool. That's a side note, but I found a pool.
We
It's
should have done a
nice.
photo shoot at the pool.
We should have. We can take more pictures at the pool.
I guess we do have summer to
It
do
is
that with.
also nighttime, so we can't really take them now, but
Yes.
we should. It's cute.
Yes. What was I gonna say? So, if you have never seen the Mystery Files before, and
yeah.
this is your first episode, each week now,
We
one of us will present a case to the other that one has no idea what it's about, and they'll live react to it, and we'll talk about it with you guys. So it's like a whole little journey.
Yes, we've got lots of like mysteries. We do supernatural, true crime, and we kind of give our own little spin with funny times.
Yes, and we've also we've talked about it already before on the podcast, but we've gotten to more niche kind of cases too.
Yeah.
If you guys tuned into the last episode, I did the Mothman.
Your memory.
I just checked our episode list.
I was like, what was our last episode?
We just talked about it 30 minutes ago.
Yeah, but the thing is, I didn't realize that was our last episode. I don't pay attention.
Yeah, that was our last episode in that podcast studio and everything. So cute. That was season 4.
Season 4.
Love that.
I wonder what we're going to call the season after this. That's not the Mystery Files, because it's still our own thing.
Yeah.
It's still a normal season, right? Season 5?
I've only been putting after this will be season 5. I've never titled our episodes that, but I put in the bios that that's the code. Okay. But it's also weird because I think some of our fans might be confused because we've talked about it before, but our show used to be radio show. Yes. So the first 2 seasons don't really exist.
They don't exist to your lovely ears. Well, the thing is, we did have some recorded versions of our radio show, but they got lost in translation.
And we're trying to do a spin-off called The Lost Tapes if we can ever find them.
Yes, if we can find our lost tapes. There's plenty of them for you.
Yes, exactly.
Lovely shows.
Yeah, so this is kind of something born out of quarantine, the summer tapes, and it kind of has the theme of cases that have happened around the summer or have themes of it or whatnot. So it's super, super fun.
Yes, it's so great. And some of them are just to get you in the summery, scary mood too. Whatever we want.
We want to make this feel like a campfire. Honestly, guys. You guys just...
Are You Afraid of the Dark? Is that what I'm thinking of?
Yes.
You put it in the
fire.
Guys,
just go out to a mountain with your friends.
Yes.
Make a campfire, and just turn on our podcast, and we'll have a little campfire moment. Yes. Fantastic.
Bring the pepper spray, bring everything you need.
Exactly.
Set up a camp with your little tent.
Yes, that'd be beautiful. We wanted to do a campfire episode.
I know,
we will eventually.
Cute. We'll find somewhere to do our campfire.
We will do it. If you have a camp, hit us up. Hit our DMs in the Mystery Files _.
Send over a resume so we can trust you.
We will go to your camp.
Yes.
You can guest star. You can guest star if you would like to. You can guest star,
yes. But give us your camp first. The essentials, please. Thank you very much.
My God.
I love it. Well,
all right.
I don't know. I'm excited for this week's case to get the ball rolling.
Are you ready to get into it?
I'm very excited.
All right.
I'm ready.
Back with the drum roll. Should I do it?
Yeah.
All right.
You ready? This week on the Mystery Files, the Summer Tapes, we present the case of Doppelgängers.
Doppelgängers! Ah, that's so cool. Wait.
I know.
Doppelgängers.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, you ready? Are you ready? Ooh. I had to. Okay, so you've probably experienced at one point or another someone telling you that they saw someone who looked exactly like you. Have you ever experienced that?
Yes.
You have? Well, I have. Yes. So I'm a twin. Hey.
I think they knew you were a twin, but I don't remember.
But they need to know all the essentials.
You guys only look the same in very interesting situations.
Yeah.
It's got to be hair pulled up, glasses on, that I'm like,
I think if anything, we sound more like each other, or we have the same mannerisms.
Yeah.
We're similar in weird ways. We have the same exact laughs when we laugh together.
Is that why you did this? You're so my doppelganger, the stealer of my personality, Tiffany.
I think technically I'd be the stealer of her face because she was the first one. We split and I'm here. You know how it works? I don't know.
You didn't try to eat her?
She tried to eat me.
She tried to eat you?
Yeah.
That's
why I was only 3 pounds, because she took all my nutrients in the womb.
It is so insane to me that even happens.
I know.
That's so cool.
She tried to eat me. What the heck? I tried my very best. Anyway, so some people see someone who look exactly like them, despite having a twin. So perhaps you're the one who thought for sure you saw a person you knew, only to find out it was just a random look-alike. Could it have possibly been their doppelganger? If you're judging by the supernatural meaning of a doppelganger, then I certainly hope it wasn't. Today, we often use the term doppelganger casually to refer to a twin stranger or a random person who just so happens to weirdly look a lot like you. Coming across An almost identical stranger can definitely be freaky, but the original interpretation of a doppelganger is way more disturbing.
Oh.
So it's about to get dark.
So we're doing supernatural doppelgangers,
yes.
like not
real life supernatural,
spooky.
whatever elements can occur.
Oh
So,
my God.
exactly what is a doppelganger in supernatural terms? The word itself translates literally to double goer or double walker in German, and it is defined as a ghostly counterpart of a living person. So, in traditional folklore, doppelgangers are usually considered to be ghostly apparitions or entities rather than physical beings, and almost always sinister in nature. So, that's creepy.
Ooh. All I'm
Sinister.
thinking about when you said double walking is all I can think is, hey, I'm double walking here.
I'm double walking here. I just think of the music video for Walk Like an Egyptian. Don't know why.
Oh, yeah.
That makes no sense, but that's what I visualize for a double walker.
Double
so,
walker.
The sight of one either your own or someone else's is widely considered to be a bad omen.
Ooh.
So, as doppelgangers, they're supposedly harbingers of darkness, bad luck, and sometimes straight up evil. So, here we go. So, the idea of a supernatural, spiritual, ghostly, or demonic double of living people have existed for millennia. Explain the Paranormal Guide. So much of the time, a doppelganger is viewed as an omen for a tragedy, illness, or death of the person who is copied.
Oh no.
So it's kind of horrifying.
What?
I know.
So wait, like they what?
So it can be like a bad omen, so it's kind of like, hey, you might die, or something really bad's gonna happen in your life. So it's usually to the
God.
person who it looks like.
So it's like a warning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
I know.
Oh.
I'm like so scared of seeing anyone.
Oh my God.
Wait, who was it? I've seen people look like Stephanie and Nadia.
That's so creepy. I've
know.
had like similar things with that, but like I don't think I've done it too many times with my friends. There's been like those like slight occasions I'll do that, but I was gonna say, have you seen the thing that scientists have talked about? If you saw your exact double on the street, you wouldn't know.
Ew.
Cause apparently like we're so aware of our own physical features that we see like every little part of ourselves in detail, and we don't do the same to other people. So if you were to see yourself on the street, you wouldn't realize it because you know every nook and cranny of how you look.
So it would look like a whole different thing.
Yeah. So like I wonder like
Ew.
how the doppelgangers would like I don't know. I feel like I've had situations where I've seen people. I'm like, oh, I feel like we look very similar, but I've like obviously I would never know if my twin crossed the street because, but like it's very possible that could be a thing. That's just so eerie.
It's also weird because I feel like sometimes the way we perceive others isn't the same way other people perceive them. Like I can be like, oh my gosh, like that person looks like Jack Nicholson, and someone's like, that looks nothing like him. What are you talking about?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, all
but,
about perception.
Yeah, so it could be different.
I got told the other day I looked like
Oh,
a
no.
character out of a Tim Burton movie. And I was like, are they saying I have like, are they saying I'm tired? Are they saying I look tired?
You look ill.
Do I look sick?
You look like you haven't slept.
I was like, do you think I look like the dude from Corpse Bride? Is this what you're saying to me right now?
No.
Because like, if so, that makes me a little sad
You kind of
inside.
look like the kid from Coraline, but that's a whole different story.
Wybie?
Wybie!
Stop.
You
No,
do
that's
look like
because of the
Wybie.
curls.
Yeah.
That's
like
so
if you wear all
rude.
black, you're just kind of like, eh.
Maybe I know what we're doing for Halloween. That'd be kind of fun.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
I could do
Dye
that.
your hair black.
I can get a wig. What do you mean?
Just that, if you have to be committed to this team.
I'll be committed through a wig. How about that one?
Guys, let us know what we look like. I truly need to know. What if I get a comment like, you look bad?
You look disgusting. I feel like the first time I had my hair cut short, people told me I looked like Elle because that was like when Stranger Things was coming out. Like, I think it was whatever season she had the short hair. 3, 2, 3.
I think.
Or was it 2?
2 probably.
I think it was 2. Yeah.
I think it was
whatever
when she
season
cut her
she
hair.
had that short hair because people were like, oh my gosh, you got Elle's hair.
Oh my god, that's wow.
I know.
That's so
Wild.
cool.
Interesting.
I think like the best compliment I've gotten, I think someone told me I looked like Ryan Gosling once. I could be wrong.
Aww.
Don't come for me if you're like, oh, you don't look like him at all.
All the
But
Ryans look the
I
same.
think
They
I
all
was
look
told
the
I
same.
looked like some generic white man with a little
Aw.
stubble and like blondish brown hair.
Aww.
I don't remember who it was, but I'm pretty sure it was Ryan Gosling.
I don't know the difference between all of them, or else I'd be like, yeah, you look like him.
Like,
I don't know. Is he
Ryan
the one from the
Gosling
Notebook?
to me is the same person as like Chris Hemsworth, then Chris Evans, then like maybe not Chris Pratt. Though there's a lot of Chris's too. But
yeah, Chris Pratt's the only one I can like be like.
it's like
yeah,
linear
Chris
down
Pratt.
the line of celebrities.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
What if celebrity doppelgangers?
Wait, that'd be
Avril
fun.
Lavigne.
Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, I've heard that one too.
Michael Jackson has a lot. Also, Avril Lavigne's coming back. Did you see?
No, I didn't.
I think she was making music with like who was it? It was someone you wouldn't expect. Was it Willow Smith? There was someone like very specific that I was like, oh, that's cute.
Willow Smith has been really good. Have you listened to Transparency yet?
No, is it good?
So good. It's so good. Please listen to it. Transparency by Willow Smith is so freaking good.
Maybe she's got her doppelganger. Willow Smith?
Ooh, maybe.
I don't know.
Her and Jaden.
Stop.
Well, wait, no,
they're siblings.
Maybe.
That's not how that works, is it?
It could be. What if you had like a opposite like sex doppelganger? Do you think that'd be a thing?
I feel like it wouldn't be close enough.
You're like, I'm you.
Unless I am you, you are me. Wait, I'm trying to think. No, I'm thinking, for some reason I'm thinking How I Met Your Mother. Don't they have, like, they all see a version of themselves? It's like a thing in their friend group. Isn't that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Who didn't see it? There's one or two who haven't seen theirs, like, throughout the series or something.
Doppelgangers is also giving me, like, what if you saw, like a doppelganger view, but they're, like something slightly different? Like how in Scooby-Doo, they, cyber chase, when they, like, meet their, like, clones of themselves, and it's, like, Fred's, like, ascot is just, like, a
slight bit.
Like, a slight different in color tone under his ascot.
And they go, something's off here.
Yeah, but it's, like, exactly them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's how you would know it was you. Like, seeing someone who looks like you, but there's, like, a little off chance. You'd be like, oh, this is me, but not an outfit I would wear.
I feel like that's why the people around you realize a little bit. They're like, oh, they seem off. They seem weird. But if you see yourself, I think that's a bad thing. Ooh. So, going back. So, you know the evil twin trope that's common in so many cultures, playing out in literature, art, film, and more? Well, that's likely tied directly to the mythology of the doppelgangers. So, according to legend, how could one identify their doppelganger? Well, first of all, the dead giveaway is that they'd look exactly like you, or at least very, very similar, and would essentially be you in every way except for that, well, they're not. So, they're not exactly you. But according to the Paranormal Guide, these doubles may at times be seen by others as performing a person's actions before the real person makes them, or they may be a shadow or performing the same movements, but after they have happened. So it's kind of like it'll be before you did something or after you did them, that they kind of just like mirror you.
Oh.
Which is even creepier.
Would it be in like the exact same moment, or would it be like immediately after you? Like if I take a sip of my coffee right now, would my doppelganger do it the exact same time as me, or they'd be like, ooh, he just drank his coffee?
I feel like if it were to happen, it would probably be like, say before we started the show, you would come out, drink a cup of coffee, and I'd be like, hey, Logan, and then you wouldn't say anything. Oh. And I'd be like, okay, that's kind of weird. And then we would, like, I'd walk away, come back, and you'd, like, walk in the door or something. And I'd be
so it's, like, no communication, but just, like...
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like, it's just very off-putting, but you're like, oh, it's nothing. And then say you would enter from a different door, and I'd be like, weren't you just sitting there? And you're like, no, what are you talking about?
Oh, my God. Well, that's happened to people before, too.
Yeah, just, like, little things
that's
like
that. That's, like, a lot of ghost stories, too, isn't it? Like, people will be like, oh, I went down to the kitchen, and you were down there getting a sandwich. And you're like, what do you mean? I've been in bed all day.
And that's when it's creepy.
Oh.
I've only heard my mom's voice. I feel like I told that story on one of the recent episodes. How I heard my mom talking to me before.
I think so.
I think it might have been one of the more recent ones when I heard her calling my name, but she wasn't home. But I didn't see her, so thank God.
Ooh.
But it's scary enough for me.
Yeah, I've had that too. That's like just so freaky.
I just feel like if there's any sort of like energy that like copies something, it's very not good.
So do you think like doppelgangers, like with evil twins and like all that stuff, do you think like ghosts can like manifest themselves into you, like turn into you, like in that kind of sense? Like since we're talking supernatural.
Yeah, I think they can like, I don't know the proper terminology, but they can like make themselves physically you.
Ooh.
Like,
knock on wood, but I wonder if like I've ever been like doppelgangered by a ghost.
Doppelgangered.
Honestly, I bet a ghost has seen me and been like, wow, he's just like really pretty.
He's just too good for me to
copy him.
He's just too good for me to doppelgang. I don't know.
Oh, I'm just too good looking that it's hard for them to like shape the face and everything.
They said we just can't do it. That's just a lot. It's kind of hard for us.
What can I say? I'm a catch in the afterlife and in the supernatural. It's
You're a catch
great.
all throughout. The ghost can't catch you. That's the issue here.
I'm such a catch, and then I'm like at the gates of the underworld. I'm like,
there's
oh,
like
hey.
7 of you standing at the gates. They go, welcome. They all talk in your voice.
I'm your biggest fan.
Wait, can you say welcome for me?
Welcome.
But in your normal voice.
Oh.
Voice.
Oh, not a bit.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Now imagine that 7 times when you enter the gates. Welcome, 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 welcome.
Oh, no.
Just girly
I would like just name them. I wouldn't even name them like Logan 1, 2, or 3. I'd just be like, hey, number 2, get over here.
Number 2.
Like the Chanels.
The Chanels.
I'm Chanel number 1.
Or in Grey's Anatomy, since I'm watching Grey's Anatomy.
You're one of
they
those
call their
people
They call their interns.
now.
Well,
What?
Christina does. Christina calls her interns like, hey 2, get over here.
That's so rude.
I know. She's rude and I love it.
That's really mean.
She's great. I love her.
That's so rude.
Guys, I've become
Why
a
would
Grey's
you
Anatomy
say
fan,
that?
and I'm embarrassed, but I also love it, so I can't be that mad. I'm on season 6.
There are doppelgangers on Grey's Anatomy. There's doppelgangers on like soap dramas, Days of Our Lives.
Really?
Yeah, they do doppelgangers all the time, like evil twins.
That's surprising.
Mm-hmm. They have all the
enter
time.
The realm. Yeah.
All the time.
We haven't entered that realm yet for Grey's
we're
Anatomy
going
at
there?
least.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
I got you so excited. I have the plot of Days of Our Lives up. On episode 6 of season 2.
Days of Our Lives. Days of Our Lives has like 1,000 episodes.
I know.
Guys, let us know if you want us to start a podcast where we watch every episode.
Do they even have that on anything?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure they like don't have episodes for like when it
How
first
could
started.
they have tracked it? It's like so old.
You don't like. One thing I've learned with Days of Our Lives is you don't just start from the beginning. You just jump in at some point and you're just in for the ride.
That's actually very realistic. I'd watch with my mom when I was younger, and like I'd be like, "Oh my gosh, they cheated!" And
it's like I know everything about them.
You learn all the
going
tea
on.
in like 3 episodes, and you're like, "I'm caught up."
Yeah, exactly.
They give you the lowdown. It's good.
And then there's evil twins in soap dramas like all the time. I think it's like one of like the biggest tropes.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think. It's also in The Simpsons. We have Evil Bart. That's
yeah.
the only one I can really think of. But Evil Bart was a big one in my childhood. Seeing
Evil
him.
twins is such a fun trope though. It's so
know.
good. I love it.
I think I'm the evil one, or Stephanie is. I don't know.
I like how you're debating. Like I think I'm the evil.
No, I don't know. I feel like I might
I'm definitely the evil one because I'm the only one.
That's worse. That's worse. Well, the thing is, I don't know. I think I just have a dark humor, so I think that's why I think I'm the evil one. But could I admit that if I was the evil one? I feel like she could be hiding in the shadows of her goodness.
I feel like partially though, like if you were the evil one, I don't think you would know you're the evil one. You know what I mean?
You're
like,
so
I feel
right.
like you'd just be evil.
I'm not evil, yay!
Guy, you're the good guy.
Congrats, I'm finally great. Finally, I made it here. I made it home. What do you know? I will be making it to heaven.
Oh my god.
Thank God.
So what's in there if it's not evil twins? In soap dramas, what's in there?
Twins. Twin brothers who they don't know about the twin, and then he wakes up from his surgery where his face is all altered.
Oh yeah, that happens too all the time.
That's what I'm thinking of. I don't know enough about soaps. I think the only thing close to a soap that I've watched like a lot of is Melrose Place when I was like young, which is not appropriate for a child. It's not appropriate. There's a lot of things.
Never seen it.
That's for the best.
Let's watch that.
I don't know if we should. It probably doesn't hold up. Anyway, back to the stories. Many historical reports claim doppelganger sightings have been a premonition for death and tragedy, and these apparitions have other strange paranormal qualities as well. So I wonder what the qualities are. So, the doppelgangers of folklore cast no shadow and have no reflection in a mirror or in water, explains metaphysics website Crystal Links. And while doppelgangers themselves allegedly have no reflection, there are many reports of people seeing their own doppelganger in the mirror, either next to their reflection or as a distorted version of it. So the idea of that's like
I was gonna
horrifying.
talk about that.
Ew, that freaks me out.
I was gonna talk about that. I love that trope too. I love like doppelgangers in a mirror stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We've watched it before. It's like one of the like Goosebumps' biggest tropes too.
It's just like they're like evil all of a sudden.
Like I am you.
I am you.
here. Yeah. Oh my god. So wait, people have been saying they see like the doppelgangers in the mirror like slightly move.
Like, it'll just be, like, either a distorted version of themselves, like, sneaking in, or, like, they'll see the other person beside them.
Ooh.
Which,
Yeah, I was about to say, have you ever seen that? Like, there'll be, like, a shot in like, a scary movie where they're looking in the mirror, and, like, their doppelganger comes up from behind and, like, moves to the side and looks at them through said mirror.
That's so scary.
Absolutely
not.
not.
I'm gonna be scared of my own reflection.
There's a mirror I'm looking at right now.
Stop it.
So it's possible there's a doppelganger
Stop looking at it.
What if our doppelgangers have a podcast?
What do you think it'd be called?
The
Files
show
of
file.
Mystery.
Wait, what is
the Files of Mystery?
Okay, wait, our show is The Mystery Files. So
I thought you forgot the name of our show. I was like, Logan, you good? Maybe you are the
Files
doppelganger.
Mystery. What would that be backwards? Silas of Aristom.
How are you doing that so quickly?
Because it says it on our recording.
Oh, wait, I'm writing it down because I want to try it. I bet I'd be really good at it. Give me a second.
Oh my god.
Mystery.
But no, that's like so creepy. Like just the idea of like people mirroring you and stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I think Danny Phantom did it too. Like they did stuff with that.
Oh, I think they did too.
Yeah,
I can't think of what
creepy.
episode. I remember. I'm gonna
it's
try
real
this.
Scary.
I think I can do this. I can barely read this. It's like size 2 font.
Try
okay.
it. Honestly, just do it with the most confidence possible.
Self wired edit.
That's the show, guys.
So someone do that in reverse and tell me if I'm right, because I think I did pretty good. It sounded pretty stupid, so I think that's how I know it worked.
There's been this is so dumb to bring up, but there's like accounts on Twitter where they will like go underneath someone's tweet and just mirror it. Like they'll just say something that's like, "Hey guys," and it's like ugh like that thing. They'll just like mirror whatever they tweet.
Why?
Just to be funny. No, it's just a bit. Like there's no reason
celebrities
for it.
or just normal tweets?
Just like anybody. Like they'll just like go underneath in the replies and like mirror people's tweets.
Maybe I will join Twitter. Just for this once. Just to mess with people's
Just for
head.
that. Guys, if we ever make a Twitter, please do that for us.
Please
like mirror us. That would be so amazing.
Please be that for us, because we need it. I'm gonna start doing it on your posts every time you post. You'll post something like really nice on Twitter and I'll go it's like a bad word.
Just write this is a bad tweet.
Bad tweet, bad word, bad person. Delete it.
What if we did this whole episode backwards?
I think this episode already is backwards. I don't know.
Exactly.
It's all pretty backwards to me.
Oh my god.
So, speaking of reflections and doppelgangers, a very famous doppelganger sighting was in the case of Mr. President Abraham Lincoln. So, this is a fun one.
Oh.
So, he allegedly claimed he saw a double reflection of himself in the mirror with his face appearing in 2 separate and distinct images. So, the second face, though it was distinctively paler and more sickly looking than his actual reflection. So he allegedly shared this haunting experience with his wife, and according to ancient origins, she was said to be very worried and told Lincoln she believed that the paleness of half the dual image was a bad omen, which meant that Lincoln would serve his first full term, but would not likely live to finish the second. And we all know what happened to him before that. So, tragically and bone-chillingly, this proved to be true. So, whether that reported doppelganger sighting was a warning or a premonition, it's up for debate because we all know what happened to him. So, yeah.
What?
So, she was like, hey, honey, I think that's a bad omen. Like,
what?
That, like, freaks me out.
How are you supposed to, like, stop it, though? I guess you couldn't, right? Like, if you get a doppelganger bad omen, like, I don't think you can do much to stop it, right?
Like, I just genuinely think it's some sort of, like, it's just like, hey, this is coming. It's kind of like how some people say, like, they have dreams, like, before someone's going to die, or, like, different things like that. It's just, like, however it comes to you. Or just, like, you get that, like,
feeling in your chest, like, something's about to go down.
Yeah. I feel like I can't look into dream stuff too much, because then I get myself paranoid, because I just have a lot of, like, weird dreams. And, like, I feel like I heard before, like, dreams about, like, people with their teeth falling out and stuff can mean... Yeah. What is it? That they'll die or something? Or it's bad luck?
From what I've heard, it's about, like, stress and stuff, too. Like, something stressful is supposed to be coming up in your life, or you're in a lot of stress already.
Okay, because I feel like I have a lot of dreams. Like, I've always had a lot of dreams about my teeth falling out.
Like, do you think, like, doppelgangers can appear in, like, your dreams? Like, those manifestations?
Ew.
That'd be so wild.
Wait, do you see yourself in your dreams?
Sometimes. Do you ever have like a third POV in your dream?
Mine are
like you're
always,
not on your own body?
Mine are always POV.
I've had it like I'm usually in POV, but sometimes like I can be out of it.
I don't think I've ever seen myself in a dream. Well, except for like a reflection. Never like
right.
watched it happen.
Would you think like
camera.
your doppelganger would ever like be in the like a dream?
What if
like
it
maybe
is the
that's how they get.
Yeah. Ew.
Oh my gosh, that's wild.
Dreams freak me out, but I don't know. But yeah, I hope I never see a doppelganger. I don't think I've seen mine. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. So anyway, your alleged twin could, according to doppelganger mythology, appear to you or someone else at any time, bringing negative omens galore. But apparently, they might also try to mess with your head. So they could just be messing with you too, which is also just as irritating. So
they're just like they're not like trying to tell you about like their death, like your death or whatever. It'll just be like they'll just like throw a coffee mug off the table or like mess with your papers, take your mail, give you jury duty.
They're just coming for the bit, honestly.
I was a doppelganger, that's what I would do.
I was just gonna say, if you were a doppelganger, that would be your mission.
That's what I'm gonna do.
You would be like all freaked out, you're gonna die. It's just your doppelganger messing.
Whenever I pass, I'm gonna come back as a doppelganger and I'm just gonna mess with people.
I don't know if that's how that. I don't think that's how that works.
I could probably get to choose. If I have 7 doppelgangers in the underworld, I could be like,
is that a thing?
One of you could, we talked about it already.
Oh, well, I didn't know if, like, there's a certain amount of doppelgangers you have, but it's just one demon assigned.
Well, in the canon of this episode, I have 7 doppelgangers, so...
Okay.
I'm gonna just send one of them into the underworld, and I'll just go back up.
There's 8 of you all together?
Probably.
Oh, gosh. Oh, no.
Let's bring them on the podcast. Our microphone starts shaking.
The chaos. We wouldn't be able to have one straight thought. It would just be... You and I can barely keep a cohesive thought happening.
Imagine 8 Logans in the same room.
And me panicking because I don't know how to control it. I'm like, oh my god. I can't.
It's like, wait, it's also like the doppelgangers that are in cartoons, the ones that are like splits of your personality. So there's like the sad doppelganger and the happy one, and just like, oh my god, gotta get all my emotions back together.
Wait, hear me out.
Okay.
They make a dark version of Inside Out, and all of the emotions that are living inside, like, Riley's head are just, like...
the sadistic ones.
They come to life, and they're all her doppelgangers. All of the emotions are her doppelgangers.
That's Inside Out, too. It's like they all come out.
That's kind of a good idea.
That's not even, like, horror, though. I feel like that'd be, like, a fun premise.
But, like, they're doppelgangers. They're evil. They're evil, but, like, they might be. Evil things can feel too, guys.
I can see, like, Joy coming out as Riley, but she has, like, this, like, yellow long hair thing.
She can be, like, horror Joy.
Oh.
She's like, oh my gosh, I love fire. Like, I love the flames.
I love the... They bring me joy.
They bring me joy. I think it would work. I don't know.
Oh, God,
a dark version of Inside Out where all the emotions are doppelgangers. I'm here for it. I don't know.
I'm into it.
I'm into the idea.
Next episode for sure. Let's see if we can figure out how to split our emotions out and bring them on.
It's not just like a personality thing, disorder.
No, I mean like as actual physical manifestations.
I was like, what?
I feel like one of mine might be British.
One of them?
Yeah, at least one, right?
At least 3 for me. Probably 3.
At least 3.
I have like a New York accent too. I gotta bring it out sometimes.
Hey, I'm double walking here.
I'm double walking here. I'm 7 walking here. Because there's 7 of me. I don't know.
Oh my god.
See, it's just good stuff. So, many doppelganger accounts suggest the apparition might attempt to provide advice to the person they shadow, but that this advice can be misleading or malicious. So according to ancient origins, they may also attempt to plant sinister ideas in their victim's mind or cause them great confusion. And apparently they may also try to interact with others as you, which adds a whole new layer of confusion to the people who are experiencing it. So it's not good. So, in all cases, it's considered advisable to never interact with your doppelganger, as it's thought to bring even more bad luck. So if you ever see your other version of yourself, do not go take a picture, don't talk to them, don't...
What if they talk to you?
Just don't interact.
Ooh.
Because I feel like it's a bad omen. But what if it's genuinely just a nice person that's like, oh my god, we look alike? But I think that's...
Well, like, what if that's how they get you?
That's me being naive.
Yeah, what if that's how they get you? Like, doppelgangers might not always be like, you're going to die on this day. They might just be like, oh my god, I love your nails.
And that's the issue. I would just fall into it.
You would talk to your doppelganger.
I know.
For sure.
I mean, how bad can the luck be, you know?
Guys, they're nice. I know they're a demon that's like manifesting as myself.
They're trying their best.
They're just doing their job.
They're doing their very best, guys. I just want to be friends with my doppelganger. So, while there are many reports throughout history of doppelgangers serving as bad omens or appearing as supernatural apparitions, sometimes you may just come across a regular person who by freak chance looks a lot like you. So in playing the game of genetic roulette, there's always a chance that someone somewhere will end up looking strangely similar to someone else, even though there's no direct relation. So it could just be some random person, but who wants to take that chance? So, I don't know. We have so many genes in the collective human gene pool, and while there are definitely a lot of variations, apparently those variations are eventually finite. So we aren't that genetically diverse, reported Canada's Global News. So eventually the numbers would dictate that certain features resembling yours and will randomly combine. And that means that. So according to science, it's totally possible for you to come across a stranger who's an actual person and not like some crazy apparition who's just eerily similar to you.
So how are we supposed to know the difference?
I don't know. The scientists need to tell us how we know.
What if we do see like a person that's like exactly genetically like us, and they're like, "Hey, we look the same," and I'm like, "Get away from me, you freak!
You demon!
You demon! I hate you!"
We're carrying holy water and like a squirt gun on the
You
streets.
like spray it in their face. You're just in the Starbucks, and you're just like spraying holy water
in the name of the Father, the Son. They would be like, what's going on? But what if they start screaming that I know it is like a demon?
What if they're just screaming because they're throwing water?
They're allergic to water.
I'm allergic to this.
I'm allergic to UV rays. What if I am the demon?
You might be a doppelganger. What if that's your purpose?
Stop. Don't get that in my head.
No, because have you seen that stuff before too? Like with clones, like they think they are like the original copy and they're not.
Oh wait, wasn't that a bit on Gravity Falls when he had all the clones of himself?
Yeah, they like think
Dipper.
they're all the Dippers. Yeah. What if that's you? Like, I am the only Tiffany,
I'm
duh.
the only
and you
Tiffany.
just like fully realize you are not at all.
That's concerning. I mean, honestly, if they want to be Tiffany too, we can just vibe together. I don't gotta be the first one.
That's
just me being
You're
me.
okay with being second?
I can be like sixth. I don't care.
Yeah, I agree.
I
think I'm okay with knowing I'm not the first Logan.
I feel like I'm probably 4 through 6. Like one of those.
I think I'm third. I think I'm the third Logan.
That's pretty big of you. I think you're the third.
I don't even get the bronze.
It's pretty big.
I'm not even on the pedestal.
Do you think you're so close to being the first version of yourself?
I have the participation trophy of being a doppelganger.
Yeah, you're just barely good enough to be the doppelganger.
I'm barely good enough to be a doppelganger myself.
It just ain't it. You're just about
But
there.
no, like, how are we supposed to know the difference? Because I just don't understand. Like, are we just supposed to just be like, oh, every time we see someone that looks like us?
I think it's just just don't talk to anybody.
I feel like there should be a code for people who, like, guys, if you look like us and you're not a doppelganger and you see me in public, say banana cream pie, and then I'll know you're not a demon.
But the thing is, the doppelganger's going to know to say that now, so good job. You put it out in the universe.
Huh?
The doppelganger's going to know what to say.
Why not? You think they're listening to the podcast?
I'm sure they would, so they can figure
There's
out...
like a flipped version of us right now somewhere, like, listening.
Stop. We should... Halfway through this recording, we can like invert the sides of the screen and just freak people out. I don't know how it got like that.
The audio just starts going backwards, like I said before. It just like starts all of a sudden.
We'll do it right here.
No.
Hello guys, this is now backwards. Okay, good. So when you listen to that, we'll see if we did it backwards for you. If you hear it backwards.
Guys, if this is backwards, send help.
If this is backwards, go to a hospital. Or a church. I don't know. Whatever one you believe in. Science.
The only emergency things you go to in a supernatural occurrence is either the hospital or the church.
Get some help. I don't know. On the psych floor? I don't know.
I can't.
Go to a good hospital.
Go to a nice coffee shop and just ask for help.
You're screaming at the barista in like in tongues. She's like, "Oh gosh, what are you saying? Why are they speaking in this new language?"
My God, that's like a good sketch idea. Doppelganger walks into a Starbucks.
Honestly, I bet you any money a lot of the baristas at Starbucks are the doppelgangers.
Oh.
I can definitely see it. Or like the cashiers at like a grocery store. They just have that energy.
They're the doppelganger?
Yeah.
What if we have people working there now and they're like, am I a doppelganger?
Are you?
Are you? Guys, it's time to take some self-reflection. This is Identity Crisis, the episode.
Oh my gosh, yes. Everyone take out your journals.
Stop
Who
it.
are you? What is your purpose?
That exercise we did. Oh
yes.
my god.
Oh my god.
Guys, we had to do an exercise. This is orientation, right?
Wait, I thought you were trying to say we had to do an exorcism at orientation.
No.
I was like, what?
Guys, when we were orientation leaders, there was an exercise we did that was like, who are you? What is your purpose?
Where are you going? Where are you right now? Where do you want to be in 10 years?
It's like extensionalism.
Yeah.
And then you forget like everything. Like, you know that feeling when you're asked what your favorite movie is and you don't remember?
Yeah.
It's that as an exercise.
It just kind of feels like a panic attack, but it's fine.
Exactly.
You like get done writing and you're like, huh. And then everyone was like, do we talk after this or what? I don't know.
We didn't know we didn't talk about it.
It's just like, what are you supposed to do? It's so awkward.
We just kept the paper. We never talked about it.
Everyone like writes the last sentence and just sits there like, what did I just do?
Yes.
Who am I really?
My God. So if you guys like do the exercise, the prompts, who are you?
Who are you? Where are you going?
And who do you want to be?
Who do you want to be? I don't even know.
I don't even remember what I said. Did my doppelganger do it?
Maybe that's why we were all so dead after it. It was just like they took over for us. Now if we read it back, it's going to be like, I want to take over Tiffany Walker's body. I want to take her life.
It's like all backwards writing. There's like 666s everywhere.
Oh, no. There's like upside down crosses. Like a bunch of horrifying images. Oh my gosh.
Oh wow, happy orientation, I guess.
Welcome to the university, friends. Time to join the PPU coven.
No, the PPU coven. Oh,
the
God.
best club on campus.
Oh God.
Anyway, so want to hear some stories of doppelgangers?
Sure.
Sounds good. Alrighty. This first one's the most in-depth one because it was great. This girl's name's Emily Saji. So one of the eeriest cases of the existence of a doppelganger is from Emily. So her story was told by Robert Dale Owen in 1860 in his book called Footfalls on the Boundary of Another World.
That's a great name.
That's a really good
That's
name.
a great name.
I know. Good job, Robert Dale Owen. So he himself heard the story from Julie von Goldenstube, daughter of Baron von Goldenstube, so who attended the elite boarding school, this is going to be a hard name, Pennisnut von Neuwickel, in the year 1845 in present-day Lativa. So this is the school in which Emily Saji was employed in that year, so she was working there. So Emily was only 32 years old at this point. She was attractive, smart, and in general well-liked by the students and staff of the school. However, curiously, she had already been employed in 18 different schools in the past 16 years. So she's already worked at a lot of schools. So this being her 19th workplace, slowly it started to become clear why Emily couldn't keep her position in any of the jobs for a long time. So she had a doppelganger, a ghostly twin that would make itself visible to others at random moments. So that's already starting to sound creepy.
Around. Oh.
Why was it following her for so long though? I don't get it.
I don't know.
So, the first time it was spotted was when she had been teaching a class of 17 girls. She had been normally writing on the board, her back facing the girl, when out of nowhere, a projection-like entity that looked just like her appeared. It stood right beside her, mocking her by imitating her movements.
Oh.
I know, while everyone else in the classroom could see the doppelganger, Emily herself could not.
Whoa, I didn't even think of that. Ew.
That's even scarier. Everyone's like, you see that, girl?
Oh my God.
In fact, she never came across her twin, which was just as well for her. So it is considered to be an extremely bad omen to see one's own doppelganger, as we've learned. So since the first sighting, Emily's apparent twin was spotted quite frequently by others at the school. She was seen sitting beside the real Emily, eating silently, imitating Emily while she did her first everyday work, sitting in class while Emily taught. So one time as Emily was helping one of the other students dress up for an event, the doppelganger appeared. The student, as she looked down to suddenly find two Emilys fixing her dress, fainted immediately. So her reaction, I don't know if it was just like the overwhelming.
Two different versions of her.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
This girl fainted because she saw the two versions of like, Emily fixing her dress. I mean, I'd probably faint too. If I saw something like that, I don't know how I'd react. I'd probably just be so like shaky and confused.
You're like probably thinking like your eyes are just playing tricks on you, like you're seeing double, like that kind of thing. Oh
I don't even know if I'd
gosh.
believe it. I don't think I could believe it.
What?
So, the most talked about sighting of Emily was when she was seen gardening by a class of 42 girls who were learning how to sew. So, when the supervisor of the class walked out for a bit, Emily, not for a bit, for a bit. You know, she walked out for a bit.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. Emily walked in and sat down in her place. The students didn't think much of it until one of them pointed out that Emily was still in the garden doing her work. They must have been terrified by the other Emily in the room, but some of them were brave enough to go in and touch the doppelganger. Why would you touch it?
Why would you touch it?
Why would you touch it? So what they found was that their hands could go through her, only sensing what seemed like a bulk of cobweb. Ew.
Oh, that makes sense. Oh, I can like feel that.
That's so uncomfortable.
Oh, that's so sweaty and like, oh, I can feel like the cold sensation.
It's kind of comfortable. I don't know.
Ooh.
I'm like imagining. I'm like, wait, it's kind of nice. I don't know.
It'd be kind of therapeutic.
I go,
guys, touch a doppelganger.
Do it.
When you ever get a chance, feel the warmth on its cheek.
Feel the warmth of cobweb slipping through their skin. The beautiful sense.
Oh my god, though, what?
I know, ew. So, when asked about this, Emily herself was at a loss. She had never seen this twin of hers who was ruining her life and thus had no control over it either. Because of this ethereal entity, she had been asked to leave all of her previous jobs. Even this job of hers seemed to be in jeopardy because these two Emilys at once were naturally freaking people out. Many parents had started talking their children out of the institution, and reluctantly, the principal had to let Emily go, despite her diligent nature and capabilities as a teacher. So can you imagine just getting kicked out of all these jobs because there's a stupid doppelganger just ruining your life?
That's wild.
But I'm like, is it really that bad? Like, it's not hurting people.
I originally thought it was going to go in the direction that, about how, like, they said she was at, like, 19 schools. I thought it was going to go in the direction that she wasn't actually at all 19 schools. It was the doppelgangers at most of these schools.
Oh,
so it's
that's
like her
weird.
reputation, like she's not even one singular person, she's just a bunch of different people.
Well, that's even worse. So there's a little bit left of this, but I don't know if it goes the way that you're thinking it will, but if it does, I'm very impressed. So there are very few explanations for Emily's doppelganger because of the bizarre nature of it all. Actual cases of doppelgangers are quite rare in history, and Emily's story is probably the scariest of them all. It was heard that while Emily's doppelganger made itself visible, the actual Emily appeared very worn out and lethargic, as if the duplicate was part of her spirit that had broken free. So it's kind of like the idea that it's like all part of her. So when it disappeared, she was back to being her normal self. So after the incident at the garden, Emily had said that she had an urge to go inside the classroom to supervise the kids herself, but hadn't actually done it. This indicates the doppelganger perhaps was a reflection of the kind of teacher Emily wanted to be. So doing multiple tasks at once. So that's kind of cute. It's like wholesome, but it's also like, ugh. So some people have a theory that this doppelganger comes out to do the tasks that Emily herself was doing in an alternate universe, where she had made choices different from the real world.
Yes. So I'm like kind of right.
Sort of.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I love being
alternate universe.
Okay, wow. So it's like mirroring in like another world.
Like it's stuff that like her conscious in this universe is like, I want to do all these different things at once and be like the best teacher ever. Right. From the alternate universe, it's also doing those things. Which that's really cool. Whatever theorist made that, I'm like impressed. That's a really good theory.
That's so... I mean, I believe it. Like, I've heard... Don't a lot of, like, there's movies that do stuff like that, like alternate timelines and stuff, and, like, you can hear yourself. What's that one movie? The outer space one? Interstellar? Yeah, they do that.
Okay.
Like, they do the whole alternate timeline thing where, like, they went, like, the one girl went so far into space or something.
That it messed up the time? Or...
Was it the dad? It was like he like pushed a book and like they like knew the book was pushed like 20 years earlier. And it was like a whole thing like that. Yeah.
That's one of the only parts I remember of that movie. I fell asleep so many times. I remember the bookshelves.
It is a long movie, but it was really cool.
It was cool. I don't know. That's
a possibility.
Like, alternate universes. I'm like, that's just a very valid excuse.
I mean, maybe that's another thing where doppelgangers come from. Not just like demon manifestations. Like it could be alternate you. Like, is it like a time machine thing where it's like if you see alternate you, it destroys the timeline?
I don't, or it destroys you. That's why it's a bad omen.
Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Because like, there's the whole one of the time theories is that it's like if you see a version of yourself, both can't exist at the same time.
Oh,
which is the whole thing.
stuff with time and people stresses me out because I feel like at least like if it's the same universe and you're jumping back in time, if you were to see the older version of yourself, wouldn't like time just be like a circle going back and forth to see that? Because that young person would grow up and they would see the young version of themselves, and the young version would grow up and see the person of themselves younger.
I don't want to give away too much, but they deal with that kind of thing in Sabrina.
Okay.
In Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
In the new season?
In the last season, they deal with that, which I don't want to give away too much, but it's like really, really cool what they do. So if you guys haven't seen it, please, it's so cool.
I was rewatching the first couple seasons because I had like hopped off the edge on like 3.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to
get through 3, and then when you get to 4, it plays with ideas like that. It's so
okay.
Cool.
I love that
so
stuff.
Cool.
It freaks me out, but I love it.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So that's like the biggest story, and then I have some like Reddit stories because I thought they were just really fun.
Ooh, we love Reddit stories.
We do love Reddit stories.
Reddit campfire time.
Reddit campfire time. This one's just a story called "Seeing Herself Out of the Corner of Her Eye." So. Ooh. This one is from the perspective of the person. So it says, late at night, I usually go to the bathroom multiple times, but for the past days, every time I go to leave, I can see myself still standing in the mirror from the corner of my eye. It is like the other me is watching me leave the bathroom. It terrifies me to the point where I almost run out without looking directly at the mirror. I never told my husband about it because I didn't want to acknowledge it out loud. Earlier today, I took a nap in our bed while he sat in the chair next to it watching TV. When I woke up, he told me that he had seen me sit up and crawl backwards to the edge of the bed and...
Crawl backwards?
I know.
Excuse me?
That's like something out of The Exorcist.
Oh my God.
Watch me sit up and crawl backwards to the edge of the bed and stand up in front of our bedroom door from the corner of his eye. So he thought it was weird that I got up like that because I'm in the last month of my pregnancy and I can't really move so well without it hurting.
Imagine being like 9 months pregnant and you're like backwards.
You're like,
walking.
That freaks me out.
Oh
also, saying that sentence made me want to throw up. I'm in the last month of my pregnancy. No thanks. So he tried talking to me. When I didn't answer, he looked at the door to find me not there and still sleeping in bed. I got really creeped out and I finally told him about what I was seeing in the bathroom. He thought it was creepy as well, but didn't want to really talk about it anymore because he thinks it will give whatever it is power or energy, and I have no idea what it wants or why we both see it. So that was that story.
Whoa.
So I feel like I agree with the idea of like if you talk about it, it's going to give it power and it's going to like get bigger.
It could even be like, I think sleep paralysis too. It could be a sleep paralysis demon as well. Or
it is weird they both see it though. That's the only thing. But I guess it could manifest further than sleep.
I mean, we've talked about it before, but like the Top Hat Man, like being the whole idea that like a bunch of people have a group consensus of seeing something.
Yeah.
So it's possible like.
Yeah.
Maybe if you interact together, it's like you're seeing both. I don't know. That's crazy.
I don't know. I feel like I like the idea that someone could, like, not like the idea, but I like the idea that people could share the same sleep paralysis demon.
Yeah, I mean, if, like, people get so connected sometimes, it's possible, like, you feel the same experiences.
That's, like, Stephanie and I's dream.
Ooh.
I don't think I got to tell about the dream, did I?
No, I don't think so.
Guys.
What dream?
Guys, I told you about it, but I don't think I told the podcast people. Yeah. So, Stephanie and I. So, there was this weird thing. I was having this recurring nightmare for, like, months, and it was just, like, this really weird dream where I was in this, like, house in the middle of, like, the woods or whatever it was, and it would be this dream where I wouldn't really see, there was this family, I didn't know who these people were or anything, and sometimes I would see Stephanie, and at the end of the dream it was just like a demon was like chasing me or something, and I always wake up like really freaked out and like horrified by it, and it was just like a very uncomfortable, horrifying dream that I would like wake up to the point like Benjamin would have to like help me get up because I was so freaked out because he'd see me like flinching and like almost screaming in my sleep. So having this dream for like months. Then I went home the one time and Stephanie was like, yeah, I've been having this recurring nightmare. And I was like, no way, I'm also having this recurring nightmare. Like, it's been happening for months. And she's like, same. We started describing the dream. We were having the exact same dream and we were seeing each other in the dream.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, that freaks me out so bad. By the way, Stephanie's my twin. So we were having this recurring nightmare, same exact nightmare. Like, the way we described this house was like exactly the same. So freaky.
I mean, we talked about it already, but like you said, that's like your doppelganger. in a
Yeah.
way. So it's like it's possible, like just like having that connection is like a thing that like I don't know. That's
like
so
we're
crazy.
so connected. But I'm like, I don't know. That just really freaked me out. And the thing is, ever since we talked about it, I haven't had the dream. And the last time I talked to her, she didn't have the dream yet.
Yeah.
So like maybe because we both talked it through, like what is this dream?
Ooh.
We both haven't had that nightmare since, and we were having it for months. It might have
been something you guys had to both figure out together. Do
so
these people with the sleep paralysis see it after that night?
I don't think so, that I know of.
So it's possible they could have worked it out together too.
I don't know. Like
just throwing some theories, like maybe they're connected in some type of way, so they saw the doppelganger together.
It's just so strange.
That's wild.
I don't know, but there were demons, there were murderers, there were all sorts of stuff in this house, and we had the same experience. But so maybe we're doppelgangers of each other.
Sounds like a TV pilot. Should make it.
Oh my gosh, cute.
Write it up.
Write it up. Alright, time for next story. This one's called Fake Mom Beckoning Her Daughter Away. We love Reddit names. So
it's very original.
Very Reddit. So when I was 9, I stayed home sick from school. I distinctly remember that I wasn't actually sick, simply playing hooky to avoid bullying. So as I did that a lot around that age, I woke up from a nap, turned on the TV in our living room, and scrolled through some channels when my mother suddenly leaned over the bar and stared at me without saying anything.
Oh my God.
I had been awake for a few minutes at this point, so I can't really blame sleep paralysis or all of this. Now, whatever this thing was, it was entirely identical to my actual mother. It sounds weird to describe, but it's as if the only difference was that this thing pretending to be my mom had never felt a single emotion in its life. It was unsettling.
Ooh.
So it beckoned me, and I attempted to talk to her as I would with my mother. She kept beckoning, refusing to answer, and that's when I sensed something horribly wrong. Naturally, I started screaming at this thing to answer me. It just kept beckoning. I bolted, running out of the room and into the yard yelling for help. My mother, the real one, had been working in the yard and came rushing over. I told her what I'd just seen, and she soothed me with easy explanations that it must have been a fever dream, but thankfully stayed by my side the rest of the afternoon so I wasn't a nervous wreck.
Wow.
So that one is scary.
That's like what you were talking about, and we were talking about before when like we thought we heard our moms.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's just uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. I just feel like the idea of like seeing someone so physically there, and then they're like, "Hey, come on, come here."
With me. Oh, like what would they have done?
Ew. This sounds a lot like the other mother in Coraline.
Yeah, I wonder if it's almost like with the doppelgangers and stuff too. I wonder like if they're with us now, but they don't want to appear to us because they have something to gain from our life or something like that. I don't know. That's just so crazy.
They gain our energy. Maybe they're trying to like take over.
It's possible, yeah.
They're trying to take all of our energy like a vampire. And then take our energy existence.
Ooh.
I don't know.
Do you want to do one more story?
Yes.
One more little doppelganger?
Yes. Or I can get into a theory.
Ooh.
Do you want me
I'd
to
love
get into
to hear a theory.
Let's find the best theory. So, I'm going to try to pick the best one I can see. Okay, this one's really good. So, for a really good theory to end the night, your doppelganger is the ghostly double that lived before you. So, other ancient myths say that a doppelganger is essentially a ghostly double of you who lived before you did, which is very creepy to think about. It comes from the Norse mythology and the doppelganger that is called a Vardogr. According to ancient pages, the story of Vardogr describes incidents that are basically deja vu in reverse, where a spirit with the subject's footsteps, voice, scent, or appearance and overall demeanor precedes them in a location or activity, resulting in witness believing they've seen or heard the actual person before the person physically arrives. So, that it could be the ghostly one.
Oh.
I don't know.
Like a ghost of like is that a timeline theory in a way?
I think so. Like it's preceding everything prior to you.
I could be down for that. Like, do you think that's where deja vu could come from too?
I think so. Guys, I had a whole deja vu today, so maybe that was, I saw it before.
Yeah, it's possible, yeah. I mean, like, I've talked about before, like, the idea of, like, deja vu is, like, very alternate timelines, but maybe it's, like, not alternate timeline. Maybe it's, like, your doppelganger was experiencing that in an alternate universe.
But I remember the energy of it.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Like, there's also theories, like, about spiritual doubles. There's evil doubles from the underworld.
Yeah.
There's, like, all sorts of crazy theories.
Wow.
So maybe we could do some theories on our TikTok if you guys want to see some stuff like that. But
Yeah, that'd be cool.
there's a lot of really cool stuff out there, and it was so excited to talk about the doppelgangers.
Yeah, so. What do you think about doppelgangers? Real, fake, indifferent? What are you looking at?
Oh, no, I think they're definitely real. I feel like they've got to be something, like, spiritual. I don't know if they're always evil. I know we've heard a lot of evil theories. Like, obviously, I think there's definitely evil doppelgangers out there.
For sure.
But I think there can be some good ones, maybe with good omens that no one talks about. So, I hope.
Yeah, I believe it too. I think doppelgangers, I've never, like, obviously seen mine. I don't want to. But I just, I feel like it's possible that there are doppelgangers out there, but they, like, have to play quick tricks on you.
Oh, yeah.
So it's, like, calling of a voice of someone you know, but it has to be, like, quick. They can't, like, and then they'll show, like, themselves slightly in a corner or something.
Yeah.
But they can't, like, fully show themselves to you at all times because the illusion would be sent away. Mm-hmm. So I fully believe, like, they are a thing, even if, like, the manifestations supernaturally are not complete full versions of yourself.
Oh, I definitely believe it all. And if you guys have any stories about any sort of ghostly things, about doppelgangers, please, you should send us a DM on our Instagram at @themysteryfiles_ because we want to interact with you guys. We want to know your stories about doppelgangers and ghosts and supernatural things.
And we can post some more theories on our TikTok as well.
Yes,
if you would love
we would love to do that for you guys. So, yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that is our first episode back for the summer tapes.
Yay!
We hope you enjoy. Thank you for sticking along with us and our little antics. This was a really fun episode.
It was fun. I had a great time. It was nice to be back.
I know. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited for people to hear this episode. So it's going to be great.
Alrighty. Thank you, guys.
We will see you next week for my case.
Yes, for
Back
Logan.
for the summer tapes. Woo!
Yay. Alrighty, guys.
All right.
We love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.